Hello everyone, drum tech drummer and YouTube educator Kenny Sharretts coming to you with the second installment of my series on great tips for getting an awesome acoustic gig drum sound. Now, a lot of us are getting out and playing some more, and a lot of the gigs we're playing let us have that big full drum set. But a lot of the ones in here in Austin are also little acoustic gigs. And while a lot of the gigs I would take a cajon to, or a little cajon kit gig to, I want to play my full drum set. I know you probably do. You've been wanting to play the drum set. I want to play the drum set. And so we're going to look at a couple of options that I've put on this kit, and so a couple of implements that I'm going to use on this kit to help you get a better drum sound in an acoustic gig without overwhelming the room. Now, if you watched the first installment of the series, you've already seen some of these implements at work. Now, the first set of implements I use almost all the time on acoustic gigs, hot rods from ProMark. These are just the standard hot rods, like them, they're comfortable, got a lot of attack, and get you that standard hot rod sound. And then also I like to pair them with these broomsticks. Now this is a medium broomstick, kind of my favorite because it's real easy to use and manipulate. But when I need a big fat snare drum sound for the backbeat of a ballad or something, I might whip out this big one. Woo! You can hear a little bit more heft in the sound. And then also, of course, sometimes you are going to use sticks, especially if you need a little ride cymbal sound. Now, I'm a 718 guy, acid jazz, 718 wood tips, y'all. And these are small but controllable sticks with round tips that allow me to really get a good... A little bit of heft, a little bit of attack, not too thick a sound, but thick enough to sound like you got a stick going on. And speaking of tips, I also have these AHEAD Tip Stix, y'all. These are like nylon brush kind of material from like old street sweepers, all recycled, and there's a tip sticking out and a little bit of a give to the stick inside, so you actually got a... And that's kind of cool, because that's got a little bit of heft to it. So if you're looking for something a little bit heftier, or at least with a little swing, it's hard to play with your body turned, y'all, but this is also a great option. I'm going to do some pairs. And then we have these awesome bundle rods from SEABRIGHT Sticks. Now we have the ultralights right here, which I kind of like. Crisp. Good sound on the toms, nice and collected. However, we also have the Unfiltered, which is for a little bit fatter sound like the ProMark Broomstick or these Tip Stix, where you get more of a... And if you compare the two against each other, this is why I sometimes, use different options. Sometimes I want this. Or I want the traditional brilliance of the ProMark rod. Or maybe I want that fat back snare sound. All these are great options, so I'm going to play some grooves with some different combinations to let you kind of hear them in the groove action, and I hope you enjoy all these options, and it gives you some ideas of what you might want to use on your acoustic gig to make that gig rock at a low volume level, and you still be able to play with some, with some playability, laying into it, You want to hit it, So let's get this groove comparison on, y'all. Now, before we get into the groove section, y'all, I wanted to share with you what I'm using on my bass drum to help bring that volume down. For this video and for a lot of my gigs, I've been using the AHEAD Speed Kick beater, like super soft, mega buffy beater, old school style big band beater. It gives a warmer, softer sound to the bass drum while still giving you some good attack and allowing you to play the bass drum like you want to. Now, this one, of course, has the adjustable height, so you can kind of slide it up to the height you want. Slide it back down. I kind of go full on, make it short. That way I've got my 20-inch kick gets right in the center. And AHEAD has actually solid shaft versions of these. And if you haven't seen my video on the muff cough for the bass drum covers, check it out because it's a fun video and it shows you a whole bunch more options for helping tone down your kick drum at an acoustic gig. So let's get this grooving on, y'all. Come on. So there you go, y'all, a whole bunch of different variations and options for you to choose from to get different sounds. I hope my displays let you check it out with the head stick in one hand and all the different sounds in the left hand, and give it all the different snare sounds you can get with it, as well as a couple of different options using the THUMD, which is a great little handheld shaker that I like to use on a lot of my gigs. That way when I'm playing, I got a shaker going to them like a percussionist and a drummer, and it helps kind of warm up the drum sound a little bit, bring it all together in an acoustic environment. So stick around and check out the next installment of my How to Get a Great Acoustic Gig Drum Sound. And until then, I'm going to groove on one of my favorite combinations I came across here, which is the SEABRIGHT Ultralight, and of course my ever trusty, ever loved ProMark Hot Rod, y'all.